Oh there, old. I must say you're looking comfortable with those stabbers of yours. I reckon you're good and ready for your first assignment. Ordinarily, I'd stow me wids and let you get on with your work, but seeing as we only just dragged you up into the shadows, there might be a couple of things you ain't familiar with. Let's build on what you likely do know, and that's the fact that the Admiral, God's bless her soul, has outlawed piracy in Limsa Lominsa. So why do you think there's so many sodden pirates in this town? I'll tell you why. Because there's one way for them to loot and pillage without incurring the wrath of the law. All you need to do is apply to serve the thalassocracy as a certified privateer. A captain with a privateer's license is free to terrorize the seas till the outgoats come home, so long as he only targets vessels what belong to the Garlean Empire. Of course, considering how bloody vast the Empire is, there's plenty of looting to go around. Crews fill their holds with Imperial plunder and then sail back to Limsa and offload the spoils. And that's where this particular case went sour. This one crew got their fambles on a Magitech device, a firing mechanism to be precise, but was rooked out of their hull by some heavy-handed coves. And if y'all recall, that don't sit well with the code. If you're so bold enough to rook a pirate out of his due, then you best be prepared from a visit from the rogues. It's us. Aye, and speaking of visiting rogues, Underfoot, over here, lad. I want a pair of you working together on this. Pass sentence on them code-defying rooks and bite back that Magitech part. Eh? What's the cold need me for? You're in charge of new recruits, ain't you? Old first assignment. You're to go along and give them the benefit of your wisdom. Since when I was in charge of new... bugger it. So I guess we're to be partners now. Name's Perimu Harimu, but most of the fellows call me Underfoot. You might seem a touch reluctant, but Perimu's one of the best. You just do as he says and you'll get the job done. Hey. That potato's a he? The skills feel really nice at monk level 100. I need to choose what class I'm going to be for either Endwalkers or Shadowbringers. One of them I'm going to be a ranged physical DPS. But like, it can be anything for the other. Like, I'm trying to like go through all the types of jobs as we play through the entire game. I haven't really decided. Alright then, me young rogue. Seeing as this is your first official outing, I want to be sure that your dance steps are up to the task. With them short blades, you need to get good and close to your mark, aye? But we ain't bleeding swads in shining armor. The lighter the kit we wear ain't much protection from a click to the gun. Oh, well, okay. So if you don't fancy spitting blood and teeth, your best defense is simply not being there when your mark winds up to land a nasty clout. Sliding around to the flank usually does the trick, but there's some rum fun every rogue should master: the shade shift. Bear your mind and trust your speed, and you can leave an axe wielding brute or spellflinging mage chasing your shadow while you bury your backstabbers in his guts. Right, now's the time you put this lesson into practice against some of those Orale out in the lower Lanaska. I hope you was paying attention, lad, because those tentacles can pack a wallop. Go away. Okay. Like, I didn't read any tooltip on that thing, but we dodge. Create a shadow that nullifies damage up to 20% of max HP. Okay. I've got mitigation. Hey, who's this? Adel alcohol. Don't I know you from somewhere? Oh, hi, Sugarheart. Hi. It's Eru. I know. By the way, in case you're curious, this is Eru Vaneth. She's another streamer. I believe she lives in the Philippines, and so she streams right around the same time we do. We'll raid her sometimes. I don't know how to respond to whispers. Oh? Good luck with your stream. Your internet's dying right now. Can't really watch. Okay. We give her a flex. And a salute. Maybe she'll learn to understand that we have no idea how to communicate. But I like Eru a lot. One time we did like collab with her. We played oh, what was it? There were Children of Light. Sky, Children of the Light. That's it. Okay. So I'm here, but I don't see anything. Maybe they're in Middle Lanaska? Emoting for communication is just fine. Hi, Eru. I'm so bad at socializing, I had no idea how to communicate. Let's try lower. We'll find these Orlai. He'll be lurking since the internet's on and off. Or it might just be Twitch. I had some internet issues recently. And I'm fairly confident it was... that it was my internet service provider. I may have gone to some websites that might be there. Lower Lanaska, that's where we're supposed to go, and we were there. Like, man, I don't want to confess to crimes on the internet, but, you know, the victimless crimes. Like, sometimes you want a show, but that show is on, like, Paramount Plus. And so maybe you need to find a way around that, right? Well, occasionally I got a message from, like, my internet service provider, like, hey, stop it. And so I think they actually tried to, like, stop me. By blocking the site on DNS, but what they managed to do was block the entire internet for me. Which, you know, is just a fun prank. And so now, I went ahead and changed my DNS settings so that I don't basically look up websites in their phone book. Y'all ready for an internet lessons? So like a DNS is basically like a phone book for like websites. You like type in google.com, it goes to the DNS to figure out like what the actual address is, and it sends you there. And so usually by default, internet service providers are like, you use our phone book. But there are free ones you can use. such as Google's. Or Cloudflare's. And that way, you can stop the internet service provider from doing a bunch of shady stuff that they're known to do. Like throttling different websites they don't want you going to. They also do weird stuff like injecting ads and all sorts of shady, illegal stuff. It's actually legal now, since they killed net neutrality, but it used to be illegal. In any case, you set up the DNS servers to point to like Google or Cloudflare. And then what you do is you encrypt traffic so that they can't spy on what you watch. You probably like see a lot of ads for like NordVPN and stuff like that. But you can, I recommend not doing that. Instead of like NordVPN, what you really should do is something like you configure your DNS to point to like 8888. That's Google. With a secondary of like 8844. That's also Google. And then you encrypt your traffic. You can set up like automatic encryption over HTTPS in Windows 11. And that makes it so that not only does your ISP have no idea what you're doing, Google will see what sites you're going to and how often you're going there, but they will have no idea what you're doing there. It gives you plausible deniability to do your shady, piratey things. Anyway, welcome to the rogue life. Looking ahead inside, I sure am. I'm training my viewers to be internet rogues. Anyway, that's some stuff I had to deal with yesterday. Normally, I'm just like, I don't do anything like super illegal. I don't really care if they spy on me. Usually minor transgressions that everybody does. Done with your practice then. As the sting of them tentacle buggers will soon teach you to stay on your toes, eh? Now that you got your blood rushing, I'd say it's time to get down to work. First thing first, we need to track down them addled coves what rooked that Magitech gadget. Might be as one of our rogues has heard something. The guild thrives on information, you see. And we've agents scattered far and wide with their glazes yet keen on and their waddles to the ground. Let us pay a visit to Latal one. Is that her name? At the Drowning Wench. Ask her for a weak ale and see what that gets you. I'm not setting you up for a laugh, lad, trust me. It sounds like it's going to be a laugh. This is as close to the Drowning Wench as we can get, which is here. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. What's your pleasure, sir? Weak ale. Never in all my days. We may serve some cheap grog in the wench, but not was it that was watered down. If our usual ale is too bold for your taste, perhaps you'd like me to order from the underground menu? There's quite a lot on offer for a customer with your roguish charms. Is there something in particular I can help you with? The trouble over the Magitech loot was not a subtle job. The gang in question is an unusual group of former pirates calling themselves the Dainty Demolishers. They seem to be enamored with the court dandy mannerisms and have a preference for seizing Garlean machinery. They're also known for conspiring with goblins. Rumors say the Demolishers visit a beast camp in the middle of La Nazca to fence their goods. And those goods generally take the form of Imperial technology. I imagine the goblins were rather pleased to take possession of a Mark XII anti-aircraft cannon firing mechanism. Is that 63? My Roman numerals are a little rusty. Mark 63, give or take. If you mean to steal the device back, then your trail leads to the goblin camp in Summerford. Summerford, eh? On your way, lad. Meet me across the river camp, and we'll plan our next move. Alright, so like an X before an L. If L is 50, and it's like, you know, the V, then an X before the L would actually probably mean 40. So I'm guessing that's a Mark 43. But man, I could live without the Roman numerals. Like, I'll learn them once, like, Final Fantasy 43 comes out. But, you know, that won't be until Final Fantasy 42 too. Oh, you're not in Summerford Farms. That makes sense. Hang on. Should take care of these tiny guys with a little mark over their head. Hunting log things are worth a lot of XP. It helps the grind. I think each job has like a hunting log. So like we're getting 354 for killing these guys, but once we like kill the total number we need, yeah, it dropped 1,960 and boosted us up to level 8. So yeah, if you kill like the little marked guys, it's like a free level. And normally leveling fast doesn't matter in Final Fantasy XIV, but for my sake, for what I'm doing, like, we need the grind to go fast. Because next Friday we're going to stream for another 2 hours, and we're going to want to go through like all of the rogue job quests. And so we need to be like level 70 by the time that starts. Get your noggin down, old. Been snilching the action across the way over there. No sign of the Demolishers, but I did see one of the Gambler Coves stuffing the Garlean gadget in their backpack. I knew the tall one would steer us all right. This is your chance, lad. Cloud that Gambler Gobby and grabble that device. Lost track of which gob it was. I'm thinking it's the sod on the left. Make sure you wait. You dance away from the bomb blast. Twisting and dodging in the middle of a fireball might not save you from getting your eyebrows singed off. Sorry, they got marks on their head. We're fighting the whole camp. I accidentally opened the map. How did I manage that? There we go. Yeah. I like the spinning. Hey, firing mechanism 43. We do know our Roman numerals. That's the way, lad. It was not for me to do but sit on me daddles and watch. They got the goods yet? Yes. This is the device, and no mistaken. Let's get back to the guild, eh? We still owe them demolisher bastards a million, but they'll keep for the now. Here, you should be the one to deliver the prize back to Jack. Was your hand what snatched it out of the goblin's paws, after all? Captain, I say, some fiend has perpetrated violence upon our goblin colleagues whilst we sought but to wet our throats with fine libations. This will not stand, Captain. Our finely filched loot has been pilfered from under our noses. Blast and bother! My blood boils and bubbles at the temerity of this affront. I know not the identity of these audacious buffoons, but they shall be made to pay, and pay dearly. With me, my fine fellows. Huzzah! Oh, alright. I think I like that guy. Seems Eru has gone about her business. We would have waved if she was still in the vicinity. Alright. Hustle. Can I jump down there? That's not where I'm going. Ah, Limsa, you all look the same to me. Gridania is still my favorite starting location, but we've spent a lot of time in Limsa. You looking to head inside? Yeah. Re-up on the nipples. I get the best experience boost. Managed to grapple that firing mechanism yet, old? Here you go. Still in one piece, too. You done well for your first assignment, lad. Don't look like much. That crew put their lives on the line to cloy this here bauble. I'll be pleased to see it snatched back from the ruffians. We've yet to do for the Dainty demolishers, Jack. The job ain't over. You're right, Underfoot. It ain't. You break the code, you face the consequences. Oh, this is not all what I expected from inside of a convent. Who might you be, sirs? Your ignorance is understandable, after all. Our schemes are always perfect, our heists impeccable. Shall I reveal our infamous name and drink in your delicious terror? We are deadly, dastardly, and dictionally devilish. Wail before the dainty demolishers. Quailin'. Captain, I say there's the cat who misappropriated our merchandise. I concur. The self-same simpleton whom we trailed unnoticed to this very establishment. Surprise, surprise. Now, my dear dandies, let us not be unpleasant. We should endeavor to resolve this distastefulness without resorting to insults of other less diplomatic methods. At least not yet. You there. Yes, the clean-cheeked errand boy. Be a good fellow and fetch me your superior. One of your colleagues has committed a terrible crime against us. We shall not be leaving until the proper restitution has been paid. Oh, an errand boy now, am I? Tell me, Captain, just what kind of place do you think this is, then? Huh? This place? I suppose it's some manner of convent. The one-eyed doorman named it the Dutiful Sisters of the Edelweiss or some such. And you've yet to realize your mistake. It was sealed the moment you dragged your sorry Quarren across the threshold. You threatening me, boy? I'll have my fellows cut out that impudent tongue. We've exhausted our reserves of Dainty today, lads. Let's show these fraudulent sisters how the demolishers deal with the upstarts. You still don't understand, do you? There are but three sorts of coals what the doorman lets pass. Clients, recruits. God spit. I'll kill you all. Didn't your mom teach you not to interrupt a lady when she's talking? You'd have learned the third sort of coal is the blockheads for brains what mark what marches himself right into the rogue's den. Rogues? We were so careful. I heard tales in my pirate's days, stories about the merciless wraiths who uphold the code. They weren't called rogues back then, though. The upright thieves they were. The knives in the shadows. You can't be then. You're just trying to scare me. Well, the captain of the Dainty Demolishers is not so easily cowed. To the hells with your deceptions. Huzzah! Huzzah for my fallen comrades. Deceptions? Hi. Anyone you meet could be a rogue, Captain. Even a clean-cheeked errand boy. He's still breathing. Find some rope and string him up someplace in town. Think that'll do it? Maybe we need like a pyramid of skulls? You can do this Mongol style? And now the job's done. Quite an introduction you had there, eh? Welcome to Limsa Laminsa's ever-turning underbelly, where the thieves shed their skins and become rogues. I'm wearing a monocle under my sunglasses. Hey, I'm gonna have to really adjust my drip. Not much for discussing the old days, but since it's come up, I might as well clear up the confusion. It was back when piracy was at its peaks, while the coves what protected the code were dimmer dammers, the best lads and lasses to be had from among the pirate crews. They bit back the goods what was wrongfully bitten, and came for the guilty under cover of darkness. Upright thief became the title for these coves. What Delton sanctioned stealing a millin. But it was only those as had cut all ties with the buccaneer's life that was accepted into the ranks, conflicting loyalties and all that. They formed their own guild and even their own way of speaking, and that was once pirates was pirates no more. Later on, when Merlib took the admiral's chair, the upright thieves agreed to abide by her laws. We became the Rogues Guild to mark the change and alter in our recruiting policy to accept venturers like yourself. But although the title is different, the job remains the same: uphold the code, preserve the underground society what spawned us. Just as you've done with this assignment. Keep up the good work, old, and you'll go far in the shadows. Give me your money. All right. And we're not high enough level to take the next quest, but that's perfect timing because my alarm went off and I got to take the kids to summer school. I hope you had a great time. Stick around. We'll find somebody to rage.